Hey, what's up guys? Rami here with your second stimulus check update and second stimulus package update for Friday, September 11th. Today is a huge day. 19 years ago, about 3,000 people woke up not knowing that it will be their last day on Earth. I will never forget the tragic day, and I wish the families of those who lost their lives that day nothing but peace and comfort. Also, huge thanks to the police and firefighters and first responders who risked their lives that day and all who risked their lives for us now to keep us safe and healthy. These are true heroes. I just wish Congress can just sit and reflect on those times and the tough times that we're facing now and just come to an agreement on a stimulus package that will help all the American people in need and suffering right now. Just put all the politics aside and just become humans helping humans, not Democrats, not Republicans, just people. Sadly, this doesn't seem the case as we saw yesterday with the vote that took place in the Senate for the skinny stimulus package. Let me break down what happened and where do we go from here. Right after you please hit the like button on the video and subscribe to the channel if you haven't already, so I can update you on everything regarding the second stimulus check and stimulus package, plus more money and finance news. I saw this quote by Regina Wagner, assistant professor of political science at the University of Alabama, and it really is the theme of what happened yesterday and the theme of this stimulus update video. She said, when lawmakers are seen as willing to play politics on matters of life and death, faith that the government has voters' best interests at heart and can be relied on to solve problems diminishes. Very powerful and very true. If you didn't know already, the Senate voted on the very skinny bill proposed by Republicans yesterday, and the votes were 52 to 47. So that gave Mitch McConnell a symbolic victory, but the Democrats blocked the bill since the Republicans couldn't get 60 votes to stop this procedural hurdle. This was just a huge waste of time for them to sit and write down the silly 78-page bill or whatever it is and have all these senators sit there on the Senate floor and talk and vote, wasting time while getting paid with our tax money. I mean, any sensible person would have easily guessed that this was going to happen. In yesterday's video, I told you that this was going to happen. This is just all politics and no one cares about the American people in Congress. And this goes for both parties. The Democrats in the House passed an insane $3.4 trillion bill along party lines, which they were very aware it will go nowhere in the Senate. And yesterday, the same thing happened with the Republicans voting in the Senate on a tiny $300 billion or $500 billion bill that's going nowhere with the Democrats. All they did is just exchange insults. Mitch McConnell was talking about Senate Minority Leader Chuck Schumer when he said, "Senators who share the Democratic leader's toxic attitude, who think the real enemy are their political opponents, I assume will follow his lead and vote no. They can tell American families they care more about politics than helping them." Then Senator Schumer responded saying, "This bill is laden with poison pills provisions our colleagues know Democrats would never support to guarantee the bill's failure. The truth of the matter is the Republicans and the Republican leader don't want to pass a bill. Too many on the hard right in the Senate and outside it would be angry." So the problem is, I agree with what both of them said, and actually, whatever each one said about the other applies to themselves also. Both parties are guilty of what they said about each other. Both Republicans and Democrats worked on bills that the other party would never agree to. So essentially, they're both useless at this point. So Republicans now think they achieved something with their voters. So they can go all back to their states and tell their constituents, listen, we publicly voted yes for unemployment and a second round of PPP money and money for schools and vaccines, but the Democrats voted no and blocked us. I can sort of see a point here. Yes, these things are all great and should be supported by Democrats, but it's the other stuff that they also didn't like. I mean, it would have been a different story if the Republicans didn't put the liability protections and the tax credits for school choice, which Democrats hate. Whether it's right or wrong, but you know they would never vote for that. Just like the Republicans wouldn't vote for $1 trillion for state and local governments and other things. So if the skinny bill had just unemployment boost, PPP, and money for schools and vaccines, then maybe it would have been a different story and really made the Democrats look bad. but not this skinny bill. So where do we go from here? As of now, it seems nowhere. Our only hope at this point is an executive order. Senators seem to highly doubt that any bill will pass before the election. When Republican Senator Richard Shelby was asked about that, he said, "I think there's always some possibility, but unless something really broke through, it's not going to happen." Senator Marco Rubio said, "Congress is not going to pass another stimulus relief bill before the election." Senator Pat Roberts said the stimulus talks are at a dead end. When Mitch McConnell was asked about the next step, he said that what happened makes you believe they really don't want to do another proposal. They want to wait until after the election and play games with this. And Senator Chuck Grassley said, "It looks like they don't want to get to an agreement." So my guess is, as of now, unless Pelosi changes her mind and talks to the White House, there's not going to be anything done. And finally, Senator Dick Durbin said we better get this done in the next 2 or 3 weeks, agreeing to the fact that if they don't get something done before they leave in early October for their home stretch before the elections, nothing is going to get done. Very, very sad situation. Like I said yesterday, this was all political. And now Democrats passed a bill that won't go anywhere, and the Republicans passed a bill that is going nowhere. And both sides feel good about themselves, thinking, okay, we tried, and the other side didn't want to negotiate fairly. That's what they're all going to say when they go back home to their voters. Just remember the quote I said in the beginning of the video. When lawmakers are seen as willing to play politics on matters of life and death, faith that the government has voters' best interests at heart and can be relied on to solve problems diminishes. I wish I had better news for you guys, but this is all I have for you today. I'll keep tracking what's going on and give you the latest facts and updates here on this channel. Let me know what you think about all this in the comments below. Thank you so much for watching. I really appreciate your support. Please hit the like button on the video, subscribe if you haven't already, and click the notifications bell to be notified whenever I publish new videos and content for you. And make sure to check the link in the description for the SoFi Money account, which is a checking/savings account, not a stocks or investment account. If you open an account using the link below and deposit $500, you will receive a $50 bonus. Then you can refer your family and friends and get $50 from every referral up to $10,000 per year. So that's a great way to make a few $100s right there. Also, don't forget to get your free stock from Robinhood and one free stock from Webull, potentially worth up to $1,600 when you deposit only $100, which is just like cash. You can take it out anytime you feel like it. All the links are in the description below. Thank you again so much for your support. Please stay safe, stay healthy, and I'll see you in the next video.